Hello? Hello! I have a smoke shop, and I'm adding a tattoo shop. I had these holy death candles left over, 5 of them, and I decided I would just burn them. Burn away any bad mojo that has accumulated. Or oh my gosh, I left them burning last night, something I really did not intend on doing, and thankfully I didn't realize it until I was almost here this morning, because I live a good ways off, and I would have been aware, let's just say. And although I don't recommend it, right, leaving candles burning, these pillar candles are relatively safe. But if you do leave a candle burning, and you forget about it, you go somewhere and you remember, it becomes this thing in you, this source of attention. It's persistent. And so in that way it could be a symbol or a tool representing or burning awareness of the present. People say focus on the breath, become present. Anyhow, I am so close. I feel good about it. And I thought I would talk a little bit about emotions. The thing about emotions is most arcane and occult texts speak of emotions as a thing to be conquered, or in some reference a negative, with negative connotations. Well, emotions can definitely cloud the mind and move the mind this way and then move the mind this way and blah blah blah. But emotions are so awesome for intuiting our life path. If something feels good, if something is right, we brighten up, we have emotional charge. And you could try pushing beans downhill all day long. If you weren't into it, they're not going to go very far. But you have a boulder up a hill and you're into it emotionally, you'll find a way to make that happen. It'll happen because your enthusiasm is behind it. And so a big thing in life with success and motivation is writing down what you want. Well, I guarantee you ask 100 people to write what they want and get them to do it, there's going to be a lot of things on that page that it's sort of wishy-washy. Yeah, that would be nice. And there will be a few things that will be full of enthusiasm. If you had no barriers, if money was not an option, if time and lifestyle was not an option, was not a restriction, if you weren't restricted by any factors at all, and you could just think about what you'd love to do. I was doing this earlier. I'm on a path. I feel good. I'm a 10-year tattooist. 12 if you count the last 2 years I took off. And now I'm going to have my own shop. And I have this little smoke shop / magic store. It's pretty fun, but it's not it's not really fun. It's work, and it's frustration, and it's taxing, and there's so many things. But now I'll have some wind in my sails. I have customers, and I'm in a new location. I'll have a tattoo shop. I'll get some employees. Everything will go forward. And in the big picture of my life, that which is coming, the big things, are in many ways dependent on what I'm doing now. The success I'm creating now. They call it delaying gratification. Well, there's some truth to that. You delay your gratification. You work now and you give your future self a gift. Well, if that gift is valuable, is worthwhile, is palpably charging, then you can derive some of that same satisfaction from the tedium, from the process. But so often people start in a direction because they think that it'll be the best thing, but they don't have a heart for it. They don't feel enthusiastic for it. Enthusiasm is the key. But enthusiasm can't be ordered off of Amazon. Enthusiasm has to come, in my opinion, organically from something you already want. You know, it's not a matter of contriving things to want. It's a matter of intuiting what you actually already want. And then, God bless it, move in that direction. I mean, if I could make any recommendation to people, it would be to write everything you want. Everything without priority, without categorization, without connection to reality. Maybe you want to be a Martian with green skin living on a spaceship. It doesn't seem very feasible, but in this context, I would say put it on the list. Put everything on the list. Things you want, like to go hang gliding, or things you want, like to have a good relationship with your mom. They can be tangible or intangible. Any sort of thing that you want that's in your the nebulous cloud of reality, or if it's concrete, you know it. Everything. Put all that on a list. And it could take a few days. In fact, it should take a few days. Write everything down. Don't worry about priority. Don't worry about explanation. If you write it down, you'll know what it is. Just make sure you can read your own writing well enough to understand what it is you're writing down. Build that list, expand that list, make it bigger. And then, either do it yourself, but it would probably be more effective, although not as easy to do it with another person. Just go through the list. Talk about each thing. And the thing to look for is emotional charge, emotional excitement. And sometimes it takes another person to see that in you. If writing a book is something on there because it's something you've always wanted to do, but you really don't care about it, it's like you think you should. Those things that you think you should want, you really don't have a long enough life to worry about them. You gotta take charge of the things that you want, that your heart and your enthusiasm tells you want this. I'm running out of battery time, but you get the gist. Seriously, get a piece of paper and write down everything you want, let it sit for a few days, come back to it, write a couple more things maybe, and then just read through each of the things and explain it to another person insofar as it's appropriate. And get them to secretly put a little number by the emotional enthusiasm or charge. Because if you're like, well, yeah, I think it'd be really a good thing for, the earth, and I'd be making a lot of money and stuff. Don't worry about that stuff. The stuff you need to worry about is like, this would be so fun. I would love it. All that stuff. Don't worry about making money on this exercise. Just do it, and you're going to have a pretty tight core list of things that, if you focus on, will bring you joy. And if you're joyful, you'll benefit the world more, and you'll also ultimately be more wealthy. The mind is tricky, and it'll put 1,000 reasons why you can't achieve something if you let it. But time and again, book after book, person after person has shown that if you put your enthusiasm into a direction and believe you can accomplish it, you will. You can. It's there for you. You're not limited by the world you live in. You're limited by your beliefs about the world. How you believe about something is in many ways a big issue to sort out. But why sort out your things on low enthusiasm tasks? Get the things you really want. I really want a family. I want to have that ultimate companion, and I want to have an adventure travel adventure company. Great. Make that your compass. Go for it, and you will most likely get it. It doesn't come in one step. It doesn't come easily sometimes, but it'll bring you the most happiness, and frankly, you'll do the most good for the world following what will make you happy. So I say go for it. I think I'm just going to be a little preachy sometimes. The whole theme of me being on camera is an evolving thing, so I appreciate you. I appreciate you if you're listening to this, especially. Leave a comment if you like. Hey, good luck to you. May your true